I'm selfishly interested in is, the influence, if any, of instant payments on the use of cash.
Yeah, no, great question. And I think, the rest of the world has been, not the rest, but a lot of the world has been talking real time and instant payments for a little while now. And, I think right now there's a lot of discussion on interconnecting systems, right? It's kind of at that point where a lot of Asian markets or in the Latin American markets, various central banks and markets have rolled out their own internal instant payments, all with different degrees of success and with different size user bases. But the question out there is, how do we connect these things together? How can we use it for cross border? I think everybody kind of sees cross border as this um, expensive, difficult, slow way to make payments. And historically it's cash. It's bringing cash into it too, right? Cash is kind of one of those ways that has been used as well. Also very expensive to move cash, both domestically and especially internationally. So how can we connect these systems? And there's things that the BIS is looking at. There's other programs that are out there. But I think what we're seeing right now is it's kind of this regional these regional efforts, right? It's kind of like next countries next door to each other, whether it's in Africa and like a Southern Africa region, or neighboring countries in Asia, or some in South America, that are trying it because I mean it makes sense, right? It's your neighbor, it's where a lot of your trade is going, it's where you're doing a lot of your economic activity. Um, and it's good to try to figure out some things regionally, but from a US perspective, I think the challenge will be, okay, yeah, we could do something regionally, but let's face it, our US currency is everywhere, right? We tend to would need to be more global about it. So I think, yes, the BIS is doing things, but I think a lot of other countries are also kind of waiting and seeing, all right, how is the US going to do this now that its real-time payments are out there? What are those connections going to look like? How is that going to be done? And then I think they're ready to follow in the footsteps of that relatively quickly. They don't want to develop something, have the US come along with a whole different standard, and then they have to redo it. So I think there's a bit of that. So there's that wait and see, a lot of regional stuff going on. But everybody's excited that FedNow is out, in particular. Of course, the clearinghouse has been out in the space for a while now, but everybody's excited the Fed is in the game now, and is eager to see what happens. Because I think the other thing we've seen internationally is that there's no one size fits all with this. Every country kind of has their own use cases, their own their own way they've put it out. Some are more heavy handed, right? In the you will use this, and